Hello. So today I am going to tackle something that I've wanted to do for a long time, um, my yarn wall. I just want to organize this area a little bit more so that it looks more coherent and organized and clean so that when I'm doing YouTube videos, which is my goal for this month actually, this one might be like my second or third, who knows when it'll get posted, but I really want to have an area that feels nice. It is like aesthetically pleasing and is clean and isn't just crates hung on the wall full of my yarn. So my plan is to rip all of this down and give all of the wood paneling from the 50s a coat of white paint to make it a little bit more clean and aesthetically pleasing, as I said. And then I'm going to make a trip to IKEA, which I will bring you along with probably. I'm going to get some of the Gerbercy. What's it? Let me see what they're called. Gersby. Not the Billy bookshelves because there's not enough height here. I've only got 75 inches and they're 79. I would really like the Billy bookshelves because they have doors, but it's just not going to work. So I'm going to try and fit 3 of the Gersby ones across behind me there. And then that way I can get rid of some of the yarn that is underneath my stairs right now as well. But let's get started. So, as you guys know, I love, or you may not know, but I love laundry baskets. I use them for everything. At my markets, for like one of a kind and stuff like that, I'll use them. If I'm going to a friend's house and I want to bring yarn and projects to work on, or just like stuff, I'll load up a laundry basket. You can see there's a couple here that are just full of yarn and like projects. I've got a bunch of axolotls that I have to finish off for an order, and I've kind of been putting them off because I needed stuffing. But I picked that up yesterday, so I'm going to show you that too at some point, because I got a 30-pound bale, and it's kind of cool, because the polyfill boxes just, they don't cut it for me anymore, so I started buying wholesale, because I go through so much stuffing. But I've got a lot of yarn, as we do as crochet artists. We kind of hoard it all, and yeah, I'm just going to rip all this down now. I also need to figure out a lighting situation, because this thing, sure, it's bright for me, but it sucks for filming. It just makes me shiny and I don't like it. Yarn on the floor goes in the garbage. I'm one of those people that if it touches the ground, I'm not a huge fan because, I'll be honest with you, I have dogs. And I don't want to sell anything that has dog hair, so I'm constantly fighting the dog hair. I'm really, really paranoid about it, and it's something that I actually pride myself on. Because last week I had somebody that was like, "Don't you have dogs? How do you do fiber arts?" And I never see the dog hair, and I'm like, "It's practice. It's lots and lots of practice." You might see it on my back right now, just because I can't lift roll my back. But that's life with puppers. And you guys are all too familiar with the dogs if you follow me on Instagram, because I literally share them every morning. Or most every morning. They are my babies. But these crates have served me well for the last 2 years, but I know that they're not going to last forever, and I know that I can fit more yarn if I get rid of them. And I can use them for other things. I'll probably hang them somewhere else, to be honest with you. So that's 2 full laundry baskets. I'm gonna have to find a place for. Bear with me. Heck, I could maybe even use the crates to hold the yarn in until the bookshelves are here. But maybe I don't have to because I have enough laundry baskets. We'll see. I woke up this morning thinking that I was going to be relaxing today because I had root canal surgery yesterday, and my mouth is pretty sore, I'm not going to lie, but I don't know, when I get motivated and I want to do something, I don't let things stop me. Ugh. I can't wait to have an aesthetically pleasing yarn wall. where things aren't just all jumbled. Okay. Guess I'm not done. But this is a box in itself. I also want to find somewhere to hang this. We went to Scranton last year for all the Office fans. You might recognize this as Ham's painting of The Office. And I have to find somewhere to paint. I'm going to hang this up in my office somewhere. Here, somewhere. We shall find a place. I've located the drill. I think I'm gonna paint everything, but we'll see. Just because, like, the bookshelves are gonna cover most of this, so I might just end up painting everything that's gonna be hidden. But would that be lazy? I don't know. Bookshelves are gonna stay there forever. I don't know if I should be admitting that my laziness to you guys or not. In a relationship with yarn. I certainly am. As well as my other one, but you know. He is well aware of what he's gotten into with the yarn addiction. Or at least he should be. Okay. So now that's all exposed. Okay, so here's where I'm at now. That didn't take too long, only 10 minutes. Now I have to find some paint, and that might take a little bit longer, so we're gonna take a break here. Gursby, right there. So we're gonna get, oh my goodness, these are huge. These are big boxes. One. Three. I don't want that one. I'll take this one. Okay, so I'm home and I got 4 of those units. I know I said 3, but I ended up getting a 4th one so that it can go next to my desk because it was about the same price as one of the half-size ones that hang on the wall, and I got a carpet. So yeah, I'm just gonna unload everything, take it inside. That's also the 30-pound bale of stuffing. We're gonna go over that in a little bit. Maybe not this video, but another video for sure. Okay, so at this point you can see my house is in disarray. It's quite a mess. There's a lot of stuff everywhere, but it's because I literally just tore apart my entire office as I mentioned I was going to do this morning. I ended up going to IKEA and buying 4 of the shelves as you saw me bring them in. Now I'm just going to build one of them quickly. You don't really have to see me do it, but I figure this will be something to add to the video. I don't know. I'm going to time lapse it so it's not like you're just sitting here watching me do the entire thing. But this is number 2 of 4, so I'm just going to bang this one out really quickly and then get the other 2 going so I can put everything back so I can actually like relax. It's been a day. Okay, so it's the next day now because this ended up taking a little bit longer than I expected, but that's life. So I got my new shelves I got 3 of them across, half of it's hidden there, but I think that's okay. I am gonna I stacked these 2 calic stands that I had on top of each other. I'm gonna move this one over there out of frame so that my yarn isn't obstructed. Hi, Bailey. She likes this, but there's no chair in the way because she can just chill on the carpet. But yeah, so shelving's up. Now I just need to figure out lighting because I have this LED light, but it's bright and it makes my forehead shiny when it's running this way as it was. So I gotta figure out a way to light back there nicely. I might just end up using photography lights that I've set up and take down for each video. Who knows? You might have noticed the ugly ceiling. This is a really old house, and the reality is that some of the tiles are missing and stuff. So today what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go and buy some hardboard, paint it white, and then tack it up to the ceiling to make it look a little bit cleaner, a little bit nicer. I'm sharing with you guys just because this is the truth and the reality of things. There's no point in hiding anything. But yeah, so here's where I'm at for now. I also put another one of these shelves over here, which has got like all my knickknacks and my memorabilia stuff, as well as some of my tools and all of my random pieces of wood that I use for my photography. That cutting board I use for all of my process photos for my my patterns. But yeah, this is where we're at. I'm gonna make this like a gallery wall. So got some painting, got that to do, and then we'll check back in. But first, we're gonna take a trip to Home Depot. Okay, so I'm back home now. I've got my measurements and I am going to cut. So my plan is to tack these up to the ceiling, as I told you before. And then I bought some 1x2s that I'm gonna paint and use them as trim to like frame in my office on the ceiling so that it looks a little bit cleaner. So I'm not really worried about having nice edges. Fingers crossed it's not terrible, but my plan here is to just cut both of these at the same time. So I got them stacked up on top of each other, all squared up and flush all the way around. That's what I just did. Scribe my line at 79.5. Peel this sticker off. I hate stickers. They put them in the worst spots. Like if it would have been a couple inches this way, it wouldn't have been a big deal. Okay, I think that's good. There we go. Make sure I'm not on the table. I totally am. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit because maybe you can't see what I'm doing. I don't know. Oh yeah, you can. Cool. But I'm still gonna move it down a little bit. Working in the driveway. You guys have seen this plenty of times, I'm pretty sure at least. Still really close to the edge. Make sure it's all flush and square again. I hope that the microphone flopping around isn't a big deal. Hello? Maybe I should put it on my hat? Let's try the hat. I see people do this a lot. Hello? It looks a little silly, but oh well. Okay, so I'm gonna cut now. It's gonna be loud. That's a pretty straight line. Happy with that. These can go in the right here for now. They're gonna go in the shed. I should have brought the broom out. Maybe I'll go get that in a second. Okay, and then I have to cut one of these almost in half, down to 27.5. So I'm just gonna mark it on here, and then I'm gonna run, actually, yeah. So I marked 27.5, and then I scribe my line. This is how most framers do their lines, because if your tape is straight, technically it's a straight line. I don't like using all the fancy stuff. Okay, offset it so I'm not going to cut through the piece underneath. That should be good. And let's see how straight of a line I can make this one. Pretty good, pretty good. I'll probably find a use for these offcuts at some point, but... So actually, maybe I won't put them in the shed. Or maybe I will. Maybe I'm going to run them to the shed right now. Okay, I'm back. I grabbed a snow brush from the shed, because the one out here is obviously wet. And I don't really want to bring all of this sawdust into the house. Should have just grabbed the leaf blower. That would have made the most sense, eh? I'm probably still going to have to dust this with a cloth. And I go inside. This way, the majority of it's not there. So I'll see you inside. Okay, so I've got the ceiling up, which there was some hiccups with that, so I didn't really share. I'm not going to share how that went. I filmed it, but it's embarrassing, so we're just not going to talk about it, okay? But it's up, and it's framed in. I've got my 1x2s all the way around it. It looks really good. I'm really happy about how this all looks on camera right now. The only thing I didn't realize was that behind this other Calyx stand was not continued painting, so I'm gonna have to do that at some point. But other than that, I am super thrilled with how this has all come together. I do have to figure out the lighting and how to make it brighter over there. But for now, I've got it focused on my desk. That way, when I'm doing my tutorials, there's good overhead lighting. I'm gonna have to get my other lights, but I've talked about that a few times already. I hung up some pictures that I've been meaning to for a while. Like I mentioned, the Scranton photo is right there as well. And then I moved that Calyx stand over there, and I've got some yarn over there as well, because there's just yarn everywhere in my house. I feel like this is getting shorter. Stop moving. Stop moving. Okay. So now I figured I would just hop on and show you guys the process of me filling up the yarn wall with some more of my stuff. I'm gonna have to go get some, but bear with me. I'm gonna just fill up with what I've got here for now. I really like when people have aesthetically pleasing yarn walls where everything is like color coordinated and it looks like a rainbow, and I've never bothered to do that in the past before, but I really want to today. But the only problem is that, like, there's pink and these are pink, and do I put those with these pink and those are purple instead? Maybe these are purple instead. Maybe these are a light purple, not a pink. Maybe they're not a pink. Maybe I'll move them over as well. I just have so much of this purple. I think that works better, actually. See, I just overthink. And then I can put pink here, and move this one over to here. And then I should move this one to here, and this one, and these two. Move this, move these over, and put that there, and that there, and that there. This yarn, maybe I'll put this up here. Maybe I'll put small skeins up top, because I've got a lot. A lot of small stuff. Or just a lot in general. Does this look better? Okay, I will be right back. The yarn wrapper. I save all of these. And then at the end of the year, I tally them all up. Okay, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I got stockpiled some so you didn't have to watch me walk back and forth. The one thing I like about Bernat is that it comes in these bags. So I don't have to worry about things getting dirty even if they're in storage. It's a great feature of the way they pack their yarn. I really appreciate it. Because nobody wants a dirty plushie. I could be taking these out of the bags. Okay, this one's a large one. It's not gonna go there. But like I just said, I want to keep them clean. I might end up changing my mind after, depending on how this looks. But we shall see. It's very mood dependent. Okay, that's one full of browns. Oh, I still have another brown to go in there. Oopsies. And then I think I'm just gonna put like the speckled stuff down here. This is a giant ball of Bernat from last year. They sent it to me for promo from when they did like their, I don't even remember what sale it was at this point. It was so long ago. But I want to use it and make one of every single one of my stitchkins using that yarn for a series. I just haven't got around to it yet. But I think that would be really cool. So much green. And then these ones I put down here. I grabbed 2 of those. I have to get another one of those ones just to even it out. This doesn't even fill me up. I'm gonna have to go get more. But from a store maybe, because I want to get more white going here. I need more yellows in my mustards, my golds. I'm running low on certain colors. I don't have a whole lot of black either. But I think this is probably... Oh, I got sand. Sand can go here, I suppose. It's close enough to gray. Maybe I'll grab a few more. Be right back. I have like enough yarn I could open my own yarn store, not even gonna lie. The amount of stuff that I bought when Spinrite was going out of closing the factory in Listowel, I bought, I don't even know how many skeins. Like, it was an insane amount. But it was because they were reduced so low that I couldn't pass them up. As in, like, I think I paid $4.50 per skein for most of them. Which, if you know the prices of Bernat, it's good quality yarn, but it's not cheap. I think that's where I'm going to end up for today. Looks pretty good, I think. It's a nice backdrop for when I'm working, for my videos. I'm happy. I am happy. Things came together with this project quite well. Alright, my office nook in my basement is done for now. I still have a little bit of painting to do, but I'm not really worried about it because it won't be seen, at least not when we're on camera filming. I hung up some photos that I've had kicking around. This one my niece made for me. This one's from Upcycled Vintage. This is from my neighbor at One of a Kind, Lilac and Glass. Em made that for me. It's a digital drawing. Scranton. This is when we went to Scranton, sorry. This is Pam's drawing of the office. Some stickers that I thought were really cool. All of my yarn. And then my print from Doggone Gear. And then a marine life chart from L&D. I moved the Calyx stand that I had doubled up here because I like having a flat surface to put my laundry baskets. Remember we talked about laundry baskets at the start? I really like them. They come in handy. Oopsies. So yeah, more storage. It looks cleaner. Let's see what it looks like when I sit in my chair. This light is going to be good for some things. Actually, this is pretty good. This is perfect. You guys are going to see lots more videos from this space coming soon. Thanks for watching and following along with this room reno, office reno. I think we're going to call it an office reno. Have a good one.